So what I did was I didn't want to do a notepad, so I took all the world's players in every role and I put them in the tiers so I can like move them up and down, and then I'll add or remove. Is that better than just text? I feel like this looks cooler than just text. I don't know, writing it on text is kind of cringe. Having their pictures is cool. I just changed the left to 1, 3, 4, 5, and then I have them here. All right. What kind of music should we listen to here? Let's listen to some... let's listen to some Red Hot Chili Peppers. Red Hot Chili Peppers is really good. And then hopefully we can get a Vedius appearance where he just screams at me and shouts and says like, la 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 la, this is gonna happen. And he's gonna be very base, and he's gonna farm a lot of base emotes, and it's probably gonna be very true what happens, because it happens every fucking year, despite every time we predict one thing to happen, and everyone looks like a favorite, it all falls apart somehow. Alright, so TLDR, I've put all the tops, jungles, mids, AD carry. Am I missing an AD carry? Why did this not go down? You see what I mean? Oh, I missed some players, I think. Oh well. Probably means that I didn't want them in the list anyway. Oh no, light. Okay. Alright, let's start with top. Wait, I should probably put them all in there and just like... Wait, where's Yeon? Am I missing more? No, I'm not, right? Oh, Stixay, yeah. And support, I must be missing one then as well. Corja J. Yeah. And? Oh, Crisp. Oh yeah, Noah. What is Noah's picture? What the fuck? Oh yeah, FBI. And Ignar. Yeah, you're right. Wait, they're all correct now? They have 4 at the bottom. 4 at the bottom. Why is there... Oh yeah, Trimby. Wait, am I missing some? I'm missing a mid laner. Who am I missing? I'm missing... Wait, I'm missing Contracts. He's not on this list. Contracts isn't here. What top laner am I missing? Oh yeah, he is here. Oh yeah, Contracts is there. Why is he over here? Yeah, you're right, you're right, you're right. So it's 5 on the bottom. 5, 5, 5, 5. I'm missing a top laner. I'm missing BB. Oh yeah, BB. Okay, nice, I got them all. Sorry. Bong. Yeah, okay, I got them all now. 5, 5, 5. Okay, cool. Cool. Alright. So this is going to be a 1 to 5. I think a lot of these opinions, maybe a lot of people have different opinions. Tier lists are always controversial, okay? I'm going to do a world's top 25 tier list as well, but I'm not going to do that. I'm going to do that separately of best players, I think, in the world. I already told you guys some of the names that'll be included in it, but in no particular order. So that'll be released another day. But yeah. For top lane, we're actually going to add in an extra row. And we're just going to get that out the way quickly. All right. So, this is the world's top lane tier list. And I know Dom's tier list, maybe 1 to 5, is going to be fraud at the bottom. And it's going to say, actually, you know what? Perfect. All right. Sorry, I just had to do that quickly. My bad. My bad. My bad. Yo, I know he's going to put fraud on the Shy, so I have to put fraud on Shanji. It has to happen. Bro, fuck that. I actually like Shanji. I don't think he's that bad. I think he's really good. But he's going to go there just for Dom. He's going to be put there for the... Actually, no, I'm not going to be mean. I'm not going to be mean. I think Shanji's really good. All right. So, top 5 in the world. Adam. I think Adam will be really fun to watch at Worlds. I think he'll be really fun against Licorice. But I don't think Licorice and Adam are top 5 in the world. But Adam's unique playstyle, I can't wait to see it. Obviously, they're playing the first match. He's not... BDS and GG aren't qualified for Worlds yet. But, yeah, Adam is going to... The thing is, Adam is like NA has never played against the Adam, you know? So if you don't know how to play against the Adam, then he can really catch you off guard. So that's gonna be really fun. That's what I think. The most thing I'm excited for GG versus BDS is Adam. Like, he's gonna go crazy. Zeus and Bin will keep around for now. Fudge, I think we'll take Fudge out. I haven't watched much NA, but I know that the best laning top in NA was Summit, but I don't think Summit's on here either. Please stop clicking that thing. What thing? I'll stop clicking around now. I don't want to like ADHD click around. Kana. Okay, Kana's had a lot of ups and downs. You know, Kana was a bit of a liability on T1. Kana was on Nongshim last year. And Nongshim was supposed to be a super team last year. You guys maybe don't remember. But the team had like BDD, Dread, Ghost. It was supposed to be like a super team kinda. Kana this year, they finished 8th place last year. They didn't even make playoffs, I think, or 7th. But yeah, he's had ups and downs. He's getting better though. He's getting better. Oscar, I love Oscar. It's kind of sad that he didn't get to play in the finals. I think Oscar, the funny thing about Oscar is like he started the LEC. He went like 0-10 a couple games in a row, and then he was fucking smurfing in summer. So Oscar's only getting better. I hope he's in form. I think the thing with Oscar is he's not in Korea yet. He's the one of Fnatic that stayed in Europe because he has to go to the doctors today or tomorrow, I think, to get final checkups. Wait, my thing is... So Oscar's getting final checkups. So hopefully he's fine. Hopefully he's in the clear. I don't know what his medical status is, but I think because Wunder is dropped, then he'll be playing. But Wunder's still in Korea, worst case. Doran. We'll leave Doran around. Chasey. We won't put Chasey in here. We won't put Chasey in here. Why have I put Cuz in here? What the fuck am I doing? Keen. Well, we won't put Doctor in here. Keen is... the thing is, Keen has been super hyped for years, and Keen is really, really good. Don't get me wrong. He's really good. Has he been shining like top 5 level this year? No. I'm going to say it. I think this year people are... I mean, I hype Keen a lot, but I don't think Keen is God tier anymore. He's a little overrated this year. The past years, I think he was cracked. But I think maybe tiny bit overrated this year because people are saying like he's top 3 in the world. I don't think he's top 3 in the world. I'll leave him here for now though, because I don't know where I'm going to put him. But this year he's played well, but I think it's not that he's playing bad, it's just that there's so many good top laners now. Like in the past, Keen was top of his game because I feel like top lane was just overall, he was just stomping everyone. But yeah, it's hard to say. We'll see as I go on the list. I guess I'll think out loud more. BB. Now, BB would be the only Western top laner to contest top 5. And I think BB is having the split of his, or the year of his life. Like, BB is in peak form. BB is gapping everyone in the West. The problem is, with putting BB in a list like this, is his competition is a lot different, you know? BB's playing against European Western top laners, and these players are playing against Zeus, they're playing against 369, they're playing against Bin, they're playing against this, they're playing against that. So putting BB in there feels hard. If there was any Western top to fight for anything like this, I think it would be BB, but yeah. Because I think he is the best Western top, but yeah. I'll take him out. Yeah, Wunder did really well into BB. I think if you look at the finals, then BB had some struggled lanes. Like, Wunder got loads of like good CS leads against him. But yeah, overall throughout the year, I think BB played really well. BB had like a really good year, I think. Pog, let's go, man. BB, the thing is, top lane in West has always been... Have a nice day, everyone. Top lane in the West has always been like this liability, you know? And I think you saw it last year. I mean, BB played Fiora into Nuguri Sejuani when Fiora was countering Sejuani top and he died 1v1, which I think he'll never, like... That's going to scar him a bit for recent times. But, yeah, I think this year's different. I don't think he'll struggle as much. But obviously he won't be top 5. How many do we have? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. We have 6 top laners and we have to kill 1 out of here. Now, I think... Wait, we only have 6? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Oof, this is a hard one. Holy shit. So the 3 that I'm thinking of getting rid of are one of Doran, Keen, and Zika. It's hard because Doran is having an insane year as well. Like, Doran is having a really good year. You know, he's not a huge liability anymore. Zika is super flexible. He can play tanks, he can play carries, he can play loads of different champs. And Zika is like the one name that gets overshadowed on LNG a lot, because if you look at LNG, everyone thinks of Scout, Tars, and Gala. Personally, I think I actually think Hong is one of the best supports in the world. I remember watching Hong in FPX last year, and my god, Hong was insane. He's a psychopath though. Hille Hong, bro, that guy is crazy. The problem is has Zika ever played internationally? He hasn't, right? He's never played internationally. So the way I'll look at this is I'll look at their domestic performance, and if I was to choose whether to have them on my team at an international event or not, and whether they'll perform internationally, that's the one thing I'm looking at. How well have they done domestically versus how well I think they'll perform internationally. As much as Zika has not played internationally yet, I think Zika is really good. I just think he's really good. I think he's going to play well at Worlds as well. I think he's got a really good team around him. And for me, Zika's in this top 5. I think Zika's in the top 5. He is. Now it comes down to Doran and Zeus. This is the hard one because Doran and Zeus. Did I say Doran and Zeus? Doran and Keen, sorry. I think I'm reading chat. Everyone's saying Zeus. The thing I hate about the chat right now is you guys are all saying Doran is a fraud. But Doran is not a fraud. Doran is not a fraud. Stop saying perform internationally, remove Zeus. He just choked the finals. Oh no! You're telling me I'm gonna get a top laner that's gonna do really well all of Worlds and then choke the finals? Oh no! No way is he only gonna play well until the grand finals. My bad. I would hate to have a player like that on my team. Dude, shut up. That's like when LCK teams say like, oh, we only made the semis. Bro, as a European fan, making semis would be amazing. Oh no, you only had 3 teams in the semis and one of them won Worlds. No!
Pog,
bro, shut the fuck up. Stop saying anything about Zeus. Doran and Keen. Doran and Keen. The thing is, this is gonna piss a lot of people off. And you know what? I don't care, because I think this needs to change, and I'll be the first one to say it. Okay? I'll be the first one to say it. Doran is shit on by Western fans because he's known as playing only Gragas and as a liability. Keen is overhyped by Western fans because he was the best top in the LCK for so long, and now he has a lot of competition around him, so it's hard for him to play well. Not hard for him to play well, he still plays really well. Okay? He still plays really well. This is a close one, but I'm taking Doran out because people have this narrative in their head that Doran is trash, and he's not. He's really good. He's gotten so good this year. And people seem to think Keen is like this untouchable god. And I think Keen is really, really good. But I actually think Doran is top of his game right now, and I would choose Doran over Keen. And I'm taking Keen out. And people are saying, did I say the wrong round? I'm taking Keen out. I'm leaving Doran there. And you can say Caedrel L, you can say whatever the fuck you want, but this year, I think domestically, they've played very similar levels. I think Doran and Keen have played very similar levels, but at a World Championship, I think... You know what I think is the best thing about Doran this year? The best thing about Doran this year is he's shown that he can play many styles. Like, Doran played against Zeus in that finals, and I think Doran played really well in that finals. As much as Zeus couldn't do much, Doran has shown that he can play Aatrox, he can play Jax, he can play Camille, he can blind pick GP, he can play Rumble, he can play Cassante, he can play Gragas, he can play Ornn, he can play anything. He can play anything. He hasn't been like... I feel like if you look at Korean tops... I want to show you something without being like too degenerate. So if you look at Korean tops like Zeus, for example, His most played is, I'm gonna guess it's like Jax or Renekton, right? I don't know if this website works. It's Jax. Oh my god, Zeus has 25% on Jax, 28%. Okay, Zeus is a hard one to look at because of the regular season. Let's go Keen, because I swear he mains Renekton. Okay, yeah, so Keen's been one-tricking Renekton, basically, right? Because I feel like we don't look at Zeus because of the Poby incident. He played like 12 games with Poby. Renekton has been like a huge pick for a lot of top laners. Like, they're maining the Croc. And I feel like the Renekton Jax Cassante style is like very common amongst top laners. Everyone's leaning into like Renekton. But if you look at Doran, I feel like he's been showing a lot of everything. And if you look at the finals and like the diversity he was showing, the difference versus, was it Spring he was doing his Ornn Gragas Scion dog shit, even though that was kind of like meta. And then season 12 of being like a liability that just plays a tank and does nothing. This year will be a lot different, I think, for Doran. So yeah, I'm on the Doran train. I like it. I like Doran train. I'm just gonna say it. And if I'm wrong, I'm wrong. I think both these top laners are really good. But I'm gonna, if it's a list, someone has to get cut, and I'm taking out Keen. All right. So I think that's kind of obvious that then Doran is 5th in my eyes. Doran is between 5th and 4th for me with Zika. I think these two are like very similar. And Doran, do I put Doran over Zika or Zika over Doran? I don't know. I think Zika is really good. For me, I think Zeus is 3rd. I think that's the easy one. Like, Zeus's year has been horrible. And the only times T1 ever won a game was when Zeus was absolutely rolling, solo carrying with Poby. I think the two best players on T1 this year is Zeus and Gumayusi. That's just a fact. It is a fact. You can't count Faker because this team, with and without Faker, looks like night and day. So I'll get to mid later, but Faker brings something that is obviously hard to measure because you can't look at Faker's lane phase and tell me he's the best laner in the world. You can't look at Faker's team fights and tell me he's the best team fighter in the world either. But you can look at T1 with and without Faker and you can say for certain that with and without Faker, this team either collapses or is a top 3 team, top 4 team in the world or whatever. So, for me, Zeus is 3rd. And the thing is, people have like this recency bias in their head that really pisses me off. And we'll get to it in a sec. For example, Scout is a very good example. Where a lot of people will look at Scout and they'll say, obviously he's not going 2nd. I'm just going to talk about him right now. Oh, yeah, Scout. Isn't that the guy that got solo killed by Zeka 5 times and then lost him that game 5 at Worlds? Oh, he's trash. Zeka's son. And then you look at Scout this year. Won back-to-back MVP in spring and summer. One of the best, most consistent performing mids in the whole LPL. And the only argument you can have against that is that the only reason he won MVP both times was because JDG was sharing MVP votes between Ruler and Knight and Kanavi, both splits. And so Scout was the only hard carry so that he kept winning MVP and they kept sharing MVP, so he won both times. That counter argument, I'll allow it. I like that counter argument. Valid. But the fact that he's the only one getting votes on his team, even with Gala in summer too, is the reason why I hate this narrative of like Scout. So you look at Zeus, it's the same thing. Like Zeus, oh, isn't that the guy that fucking choked the finals? Oh no, he choked the finals and played well the whole tournament? Oh, my bad. So yeah, I'm putting Zeus 3rd. A lot of question marks will be spammed in the chat, and I think tier lists are very opinion based. But I'll look at the opinion. I'll look at the all of the context around the idea of the player, rather than just look at the player and recency bias.
Zeus, you mean Doran's son?
This is why I hate Doran's son, bro. Shut up. Shut up. And if LCK fans want to fume, everyone will have their opinion. You know, maybe you're a Doran enjoyer and you think Doran's better than Zeus. Maybe you think Keen is the best top in the world. Sure, you know what? Like, I'm not here to stop your opinion. All right. The hardest ones are between 369 and Bin for 1st, 2nd, and Doran and Zika for 3rd and 4th. Because Doran has had many years of, maybe this is gonna sound bad, but Doran has had so many years where he's griefed that now he's playing better. You think back to like, wasn't Doran on fucking, what teams was this guy on? Wasn't he on DRX, like King Zone, fucking, what was it called? Longshoe, I don't know what the hell. He's had this guy 4 years ago on Griffin or whatever was crying in draft because his fucking coach was telling him to pick the right champ or something. Like, this guy's come a long way, and I think he's grown up a lot. So if at an international event, I would put Doran over it. He's had enough experience to know that, like, that he can probably control his emotions. You know, Zika, I think Zika is insane. Maybe Zika, a couple more years of like being slapped in the face by world's top laners or whatever. I definitely think this guy has insane potential. It's so hard to take someone in like his breakout year and be like, that guy's gonna be the best. So yeah, I'm putting Zika there. Now it comes between these two for first and second, because 369 and Bin are like yin and yang. They're like, one is like the best top laner at playing tanks and the best team fighter in the world, and one is the most psychotic carry at times. It's interesting, I swear, didn't Bin come into the split being like, because what happened in the finals of spring was Bin got gapped by 369 because 369 just played tanks and nullified the whole lane, right? But then he came into summer, I swear, and played tanks. Yeah, he played Gragas and Sion, and then after and Malphite, and then after like 3 weeks, he just went back to carries. I don't know if was it top mid that I guess changed, but I don't know. He came back from being bodied by tanks, played tanks, and then just dropped them forever again. Whereas 369 did the opposite and just kept picking Renekton, Ornn, Gragas. Like, my man is 15 games Ornn, and you can look at that and be like, oh, well, he's playing Ornn, he's unskilled. But he plays Ornn and goes even in lanes where he shouldn't, and his team fighting is just like, I don't know, the thing is, JDG's team dynamic is so perfect. It's so fucking annoying. They have the two best, most reliable carries in the world, one of the most flexible carry junglers in the world, one of the best engaged supports in the world, even though he's a bit of a Rakan one trick. And then a tank top laner weak side who can go even in any matchup, and you can play mid to bot. It's like the player dynamic on JDG is mind-blowing. If you took if you took 369 and put him on a team with worse carries or like a different style team, he could probably flop. Like, his lane will be good, but like, he'll be even in a bad matchup and his team will be losing, right? The recipe for JDG is so perfect for 369, I think. Anyway, who's better, Bin or 369? It's so hard because they're playing two different styles. But 369 used to be a carry player. I think a lot of people forget this. Like, as much as he plays tanks now only, I think 369 used to be a carry player. He used to be fucking carry top. So he can play carries. It's not like he can't. I would say 369 is just slightly like, if I was going into a world championship, I think I would take 369. Personally. I don't know. I just think that this guy can pick anything at any time, go even. And that is such a powerful tool because it's not a top meta. If the top meta was Fiora, Camille, fucking Jace, Fiora, Camille, Jace or whatever, then I would be a bit hesitant as to what, or GP, you know, I'll be a bit hesitant. But I think if he can still play Cassante, Ornn, Gragas, Renekton, and he can still just making it so Bin is gonna struggle or like go even, or he's like 369's like a brick wall. You can't fucking knock him down. But yeah, it's also interesting because GP is buffed, and I don't know if GP will be picked at Worlds. And if GP is picked at Worlds, this could throw everything out of the window. Because GP suddenly becomes meta, and then like, I don't know, if GP is like blind pickable, I don't know what fucking carries we're gonna see into it. You know, like the old school counter to GP top was like Lucian top, but I don't know if we're gonna go that hard in that direction, you know. But yeah, I think 369 is so reliable. 369 is so reliable, so I would go. Yo, Cyberlink to tier 3 after 4 months, you're crazy. I really appreciate it. Thank you. So yeah, I think that's safe estimate. I feel really bad for Keen. Like, I kind of want to put Keen in here somewhere, like tied with Zika, because I just think the styles are different, you know. But yeah, Keen is like right there. He's like right there. But I think it's just in people's heads, for some reason, Keen is like here. Or like here. And it's not true. Like, he really was. But it's not that he's bad. It's just there's so many good top laners now. And I'm not a Keen hater. All year I was watching and like hyping up and being on Keen's side. But yeah. That's my take. That's my take. What about why is the Shy in God tier? If you're not sure why the Shy is in God tier, then you haven't seen the streams enough. If you don't put Keen on the list, people will think you forgot about him. Well, I don't give a fuck if people don't know if they think that I forgot about him. Watch the fucking context. That's the thing. People see a screenshot and they're like, wait, you didn't think about this guy? Oh yeah, I completely forgot that Keen existed. My bad. Idiot. Shut up. Okay, let's go to jungle. Alright, Shio. Shio's having an insane year. I think people... I don't know if people forget about Shio or people just... There's no BDS fans or something, but Shio is fucking... That guy's really good. He's really, really good. The fact that his BDS team's even at Worlds is crazy. I think Shio is... he's like...
Pog,
this kid will be really good. That guy in the next few years of LEC is like a player to watch. So I'm a big fan of Shio. I think he's good. He's good, he's good, he's good. He's good. Shum will leave, Kenny will leave, Tarzan will leave. Yoya. Yoya, look... I think Yoya has always been regarded as Europe's best jungler. But this year it's been a bit tough for him, I think. I don't know, I don't want to say year. But I would say like spring onwards, all of Mad Lions have struggled a lot. This like summer onwards has been really tough for Mad. Like, I think El Yoya has still got it in him. And he's still like a good jungler, like really good. But it's hard to say that he's the best in Europe still after like this summer. You know, like if you look at their trajectory, it's been fucking rough. They just beat XL and then they were basically through because they played so well throughout the earlier stages of the year. But yeah, I don't know what happened in Matt. I don't want to jump to conclusion and say Yoya's bad or anything like that or the Met's not good because I don't know. There's so many things around him which aren't going well either. So it's hard to say what's going on with Yoya. I think the guy is really fucking good, but the team itself has struggled. So it's hard to identify what it is that's going wrong. So we'll take Yoya out for now. Blabber, I didn't watch NA. I know C9 came second. I didn't watch NA. I keep saying this on these tier lists. Like, I'm sorry if I'm not including NA players or something, but I just didn't watch the LCS. Next year, hopefully we can co-stream LCS. That would be really pog. And then I can be a bit more involved in the LCS. But my focus has always been like LEC, LCK, and LPL. Blabber's always been really good. He's always people always tell me he's the best NA jungler. He's the GOAT of NA. Like he always does pretty decent in internationals as well. As much as again people meme him for Crabber. I think he's good. Razork, I'm a big Razork fan. I think Razork is having. I think a lot of these players are like having some of the best splits, best careers, best years of their life. Like Razork is the thing that I hate about people when it comes to Razork is everyone in winter was saying that Razork was a liability, and spring. He was doing things that he was forced to do because the team was losing, and because he was playing to win and playing not playing not to lose, he would do plays that make him look like he's a fucking Inter. But he's actually doing things that is the only way they're going to win, and the fact that he dies, everyone shits on him. But I think Razork's really good. I think he's... Now that everything around him's a lot more stable, he can be playing a lot less risky, and he can play a lot more calculated. So I think Razork's good. I don't know anything about River. Yike. I don't know. Yike's an interesting one. We'll leave him there for now. We'll talk back about Yike in a sec. Kanavi Peanut, yeah. Cuz, look. Cuz, I love you. You're a degenerate, okay? Sometimes you make me laugh. Sometimes you int the whole game away. Sometimes you surprise me like hell. Okay? Cuz is up and down like a fucking yo-yo sometimes. But he's got a good team with him. I think he's like... Ever since he left T1, things kind of like... Why do you hate KT? Listen... People think I hate KT, okay? I'm going to tell you one thing, and this is probably going to be said in a video in the future. The only reason KT was first place in the regular season and overhyped was because Hanwha Life lost their jungler, Damwon had a top lane who was griefing and their support was replaced, T1 lost Faker, 3 of the top 5 teams were fucking struggling, and so KT then ascended, and everyone thought KT was this god tier team. And I don't want to burst your bubble. I think KT is still really fucking good. But... they're not like first all-pro goats in every role, okay? I think that the only reason people overhyped them was because things around them were just really rough. Anyway, KT picked T1, lol, okay? Yeah, but I really like KT. The thing if you ever want to know if you're ever like, I want to get up to date on the LCK, there's 3 best of 5s that KT and T1 played this year. One in spring, where Jace almost TP in their base and ended the game with Keen. And then 2 in summer playoffs. These were some of the best of 5s domestically across the whole year. Like, T1 KT this year was probably the best matchup of all regions. So I love KT. They lost all 3 of them. Spoiler, but they were so fun to watch. I love them so much. So I really like watching KT. Owner, I think Owner's struggling a bit. I don't know what was going on with Owner. I think the meta shift for Owner, is it his Sejuani that just loses every game? No, it's his Sejuani. I don't know what's going on with Owner. Every T1 player is just so hard to rate. Because losing Faker and then losing, like, I don't know how many games they lost, just put such a mark on T1 to like rate the players. Yeah. Some of the play was just weird. Like, mechanically, sometimes he misplayed some top ganks on Vi, I can remember. Like, covering bot didn't work out very well a lot of the time. We'll leave him there for now, but not sure. Piosik, I didn't watch NA. Is he top 5? Weiwei, I think Weiwei's really good, but I'm not putting him in there. Contracts, I think we'll just take them out there, because there's too many people here already. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So we have to get rid of 2. Jesus, it's hard. It's hard. Canyon snuck his way in here because Canyon won. He won the most. As much as Damwon is struggling, this guy got 1,200 POG points, which means 12 games he was player of the game. And it felt like, I don't know, Canyon has had some games where he's been grieving it. But the thing is, people always think, I think Canyon's always been regarded as one of the best junglers in the world. This year he struggled a bit though. This year he really has struggled. Look, I'm going to do one thing real quick. I think Kanavi's 1 and Peanuts 2. That is locked in my head, 100%. That is locked, and that is not changing in any world. So that makes my life a lot easier. I think Kanavi's best jungler in the world, hands down. And Peanut is... If you even say Peanut is below second, you're crazy. If you put Peanut first, I would get it. But Peanut, you can't... Gen G's biggest strength is not their consistency, but their macro. And the way they move around the map. And Peanut is fucking exceptional at it. Doesn't matter, any meta, carry meta, tank meta, anything. This guy, he's so on point no matter what. He's so good. And he's been so good for so long. Peanut is the nut god. Like, he really is. He's like the backbone of Gen G. You can look at Chovy and Bat Chess and be like, mechanics, lane phase, insane, and Pays, 17-year-olds, fucking breaking kill records and shit like that. Peanut is the backbone. Like, I'm convinced. Someone in chat says he lost on Wukong 2 games XD. Oh no, he lost on Wukong 2 games. No. And a lot of people are saying like, oh yeah, Peanut without Chovy or la 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 la. You can say X player without X player, you know?
DDX.
What is T1 without Faker? What is 369 without Kanavi and Knight? What is Cuz without BDD and aiming, right? Like, you can say that about anyone. It doesn't matter. You can't just say, oh, what about X player without X? Shut up. Okay, that applies to anyone. What is XL without Caedrel? Well, they're a finalist. Shut up, bro. Shut the fuck up. Shut up. I didn't play up for them for 3 years, okay? It took them 3 years to get to a final without me. Shut up, that doesn't count.
Let's go, man.
That doesn't count. That's like saying, what is Schalke without Caedrel? Well, they're not in the league anymore. Huh? See? Downfall. Okay, this is where it comes the hardest. This is a really hard list to do. I'm going to take Owner out. I think he was the worst performing player on T1. And that hurts to hear, but he was. Zeus and Gumor are playing great. Faker came in and turned the team around. Keria was really good. Oh my god, I almost knocked over my whole fucking thing. But Owner was the worst performing player on T1. And that's not a bad thing. That's not a bad thing. Every team has got the best performing player and the worst performing player. You know, doesn't mean they're bad. It's just the person who struggled the most. And the person who struggled the most was Owner. He was. He would be like my 6 or 7, 100%. I think the toss-up I'm having is Yike and Canyon. And a lot of people would be like, what the fuck, you're choosing between Yike and Canyon? But if you actually watch the LCK, Canyon I don't know. I don't know what happened with Canyon, but like, I'll give you a little sneak peek. I'll give you a little sneak peek as to why Damwon struggled and why Canyon's so hard to rate. I think Canyon's in my top 5, but let me show you something. I will show you the reason why I think Canyon was struggling. I have it in the doc. This is why I think Canyon's struggling.
이번에 큰 패치라서 그냥도 얘기한 건데 되게 많은 것 같은데 초반 조금 잘했으면 같이 좀 생각해보면 좋을 것 같아요.
Pog, let's go, man.
이겼을 만한 판들이 있어. 미안하고. 약간 뭔가 언제부턴가 그런지 모르겠는데 뭔가 좀 잘하는 리드들 상대할 때마다 너무 위축되는 것 같아서. 뭔가 하면 할수록 뭔가 이게 뭔가 느낌이 내가 뭔가 이런 구도가 뭔가 내가 생각한 느낌도 잘 안 나오고 뭔가 제가 진짜 뭔가 시그니처 픽이라고 할 수 있는 특정 장치도 빼고는 픽할 때 별로 미드 쪽에서 손해보는 것도 많은 것 같고.
It's kind of sad. I won't play the whole thing. I think that one has some really good behind the scenes stuff, and this was 2 months ago, so this was like I think the start of summer or halfway to summer or something. It wasn't like super recent, but I feel like all year long Showmaker struggled a little bit, and I feel like when Canyon's in his peak is when Showmaker is like in his peak. When those two are like on the same page, it's like watching magicians work. Like they're so fucking, they can juggle side lanes that are both losing. It doesn't matter. So yeah. Yeah, I think Canyon's really good. I think Canyon's still really good. And I think Showmaker is also still really good. It's just they had a lot of struggles throughout the split. Like they were swapping in and out support. Their top laner was a bit up and down. Showmaker was like losing confidence, I think. I think if you look at the end of the regional finals, Showmaker's confidence was back. I feel like Showmaker was really back in action, especially in regionals. Like he was really on form. I don't know where like it came from, but he was back in business. That's why I think Damwon's the dark horse for me for Worlds, because it was like struggling through playoffs a little bit or like towards the end of the split, but then Magic came back. So for me, Canyon's in here. I'm going to remove Yike for now because I think Yike is in his debut year. I think Yike is incredibly talented. This guy has such a bright career, and I think Yike can still be... Yike has so much time to grow. This guy could become one of the best junglers like in the West, you know, like he could... If he just keeps it up, stays with G2 and keeps grinding it out, like it's his second international, first Worlds, like I'm on the Yike hype train. Love him. But yeah, I'm going to remove him for now. Now it's between Tarzan and Shun for top 5. Wait, did ads just run? Oh my god, I'm sorry. I didn't want them to. Twitch changed something. I'm sorry. Yo. Pog, let's go, man.
Imagine having ads XDD.
No, I know. Tell me about it, right? You changed after retiring. I retired 2 days ago. What do you mean I changed?
XDD, much love.
What do you mean I changed?
Pog, let's go.
Alright, Tarzan and Shun. I have, even when I was a jungler in 2019, 2020, the person I watched all the time was Tarzan. I'll never forget watching, was it a Griffin game or something? Where he was playing Olaf with Predator. And he was playing in Ingenious Hunter with Biscuits, and I was so confused. He was playing level 3 Olaf with Biscuits,
let's
and he
go,
invaded, I think it was Peanut or something, on Raptor's
Where does
respawn,
Dardoch fit into
level
this
4,
conversation?
and he killed him 1v1, and he won the 1v1 because he had Biscuits. And that moment, I was just shocked.
Pog, let's go, man.
I was like sitting there after watching that VOD,
If you
being
go
like,
full-time streamer mode, I go full-time broke.
wait, I'm gonna mute alerts for now. He like was the first person to start playing Redemption Olaf, but he was playing Biscuits Olaf in jungle, and that's when I first like caught the eye of Tarzan. I think it was season 9. I don't even remember exactly which game, but there was one of them where he was playing Biscuits Olaf. Maybe it was this game or something. Yeah, Biscuit Delivery Olaf, and I saw this, and he killed the enemy jungler 1v1, and I sat there to myself, and I played Olaf with Biscuits in scrims, and I started invading, and the Biscuits actually did a lot. And I'll never forget seeing that he was the Biscuit. But it was only that one game, you see? Then he went back to stopwatch. And the Biscuit won the 1v1. And from then I knew, like, Tarzan is really creative. And he always comes up with the wackiest shit. You skip forward to, like, even now, 2023, 4 years later, this guy is still building things like Redemption and Knight's Vow and, like, supportive items on Sejuani and shit. Like, he definitely has his own weird idea and stuff like this of builds or you know, min-maxing, which I think is slightly different from some junglers. I think Shun is sometimes a psycho, and I like Shun a lot. BLG had like a record-breaking regular split, but personally, I maybe this is just bias from my pro career, but I've always rated Tarzan as like one of the best, and I think the team really came to life when Gala joined, and Tarzan's always been so consistent and reliable, and maybe people, if you have arguments for why Shun is better, I get it. But personally, I really like Tarzan. I think you see his creativity and his pathing. I think he was the first jungler I ever saw I remember seeing it in Griffin as well, and I know this is 4 years ago, but my point is, like, he will always come up with things. But Tarzan was the first to do this pathing. Red, Raptors, Krugs, top gank, kill, and then invade him topside. And that might sound really simple, but back in those days, it wasn't. Back in those days, it was very full clear-centric and like bot-centric, and I don't know, he had like this weird like aura, flare around him in creativity. So I really like Tarzan. He's my number 3. So that's my... Wow, this feels like I'm talking a lot. Hopefully this isn't like fucking stop talking, Cage will get on with it. But that's my top 5 for top and jungle. Stop saying Karsa gaps him, bro. Shut the fuck up. Shut up. All right. Mid. This will be a funny one. I think from what I've seen, from like fans' opinions, is Yagao is either loved or hated. People either say Yagao is like the LCK father, or people say Yagao is trash and washed. That's why I think mid is like the most controversial thing. And I will admit, earlier in the year, if you watched the LPL co-stream, before MSI, I always said that Yagao was a fraud. And then he proved me wrong at MSI, and he played really well. And from then I've been like, you know what, Yagao is actually really good. But some people haven't done that. Nuke, really good scaling mage player. Excited to see him at the Worlds. BDS in general, really gonna be fun. We'll leave Yagao. MNS, I could say something, but I'm not gonna do it. Showmaker, Scout, Humanoid. I actually think Humanoid Razork, for me, 2 best players on, and Trimby. Best players in the playoffs. I think Humanoid is really, really good. I feel like his game knowledge is really good. His lane phase is insane. The last time Humanoid was at Worlds, he was the best mid at Worlds for EU, in the West even. And he always steps up when it matters. So, yeah, excited for Humanoid. Niski, again, similar to Elyoya, a lot of struggles in Mad. Not going to get into it. Caps will leave for now. Chovy, no. BDD, we're going to leave. Knight, Faker, Appa, Zhao, Palafox. All right. This is the list that gets really hard, because I think a lot of mid lane comes down to 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Wait, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 9 mid laners. Jesus, how am I going to cut 4 out? All right. I'll go through it one by one. The first 2 we're keeping no matter what. I'm going to leave them here for now, so don't say third Keck. Is Chovy and Knight. I think it's self-explanatory. two of the best players in the world, hands down. Mechanically, so gifted. Team fights, insane. Easily two of the best mid laners in the world. Easily. Scout for me is also in that realm of best, not best players, not best mid laners, more like best players. Like, I think Scout has so much. I don't know. Double MVP on a team that was struggling in spring, especially with like their AD carry that got swapped out. Finishing second, double back-to-back best of fives. He actually did really well against Knight as well, I think. World's winner. I think Scout has to be in there. Now it gets really weird because I think Showmaker has to be taken out. Showmaker has to be taken out. He has to be. I just showed you the clip. I think all year he struggled with either confidence or like passion or whatever. Like I said, Showmaker and Damwon are so much better already. Like, if you watch, I know I've been through this a few times, and maybe you're gonna hear this a few times because I mean, if you listen to my opinions, you know they might overlap if I talk about player lists, top 25 lists, or a team rundown. What was I gonna say? Yeah, this series, Hammer Life Damwon, and this series Damwon DRX. I don't know. Everything just looked so much more crisp and clean. Like Kellen's engages were so much better. Kellen was playing with confidence. Showmaker's lane phase was stronger. Kana was more consistent. Canyon's carry was happening I don't know. Everything just looked like it was old Damwon. Which is a shame because it took them an entire year to find that pace. Caps. I'm not going to put Caps in the top 5. I know maybe a lot of EU fans would want me to put Caps in the top 5. But I think there's just so many strong mid laners in the world that I can't put Caps in there. Because let's take an example. Do you put Caps over Yegao? And then do you put Caps over Faker and BDD? And it's hard. It's really hard to put Caps in here. I'm going to take out Xiaohu. Now, the reason people are probably wondering why the fuck Xiaohu's not... Why is Xiaohu even here? Well, Weibo, as much as I'm a Weibo fan and I'm a Weibo enjoyer, the reason Xiaohu's here is because Weibo would not be at Worlds without Xiaohu. Xiaohu is insane. Everyone's going to say... I'm going to look at chat and he's... I know, Caps is coming out as well, don't worry. But everyone's spamming Xiaohu question mark. The reason Xiaohu's there is because Weibo wouldn't be at Worlds without Xiaohu. The only two things you can say about Xiaohu is 1, he's a spring player, and 2, his Yone is trash. That's the only things you can say. And as much as I'm like the Shy fan, Weibo fan, and I always say the Shy is carrying, the actual carry of Weibo, I'll say it, is Xiaohu. Like, this guy, I have never seen an Azir play more frontline and more engage in my life than Xiaohu. Faker comes close, and Faker sometimes griefs the game doing it, which is kind of funny. But this guy will jump in and insec on Tristana. He will jump in and flash ult everyone on Azir and die. Like, he is the most psychotic Azir player ever. And he's a very good player at taking a game into his own hands, which might sound really stupid, but sometimes when a game is even and it needs like some breaking point where you need someone to like actually do something or find something or punish something, it's always Xiaohu for Weibo. He's always the one collapsing on side, getting a kill to make the game actually like more volatile. He's always the one flanking on Azir or doing something dumb to try and get something rolling in the game. Like, this guy will die trying. So that's why Xiaohu's there. People are saying, why is BDD here? This is such a fucking hard list because I have to give so much context. But BDD is insane. He's just insane. Like, he had the worst year ever last year of his career. The worst year in Nongshim. It was trash. It was terrible. This time on KT, he's fucking... If anyone on that All-Pro list, first All-Pro deserved to be there, it was BDD. Like, this guy's playing so well this year. And the thing is, Faker kind of has to be here too. Because I've said it before, but he makes or breaks T1. Like, you can see it. There's something you can't measure with Faker. And it's... You can't look at his lane phase and say he has the best lane in the world, because he doesn't. He doesn't have the best lane phase in the world. He's not the most flexible in the world either. And he's not the best team fighter in the world either. You know, he's very fucking good, but he's not the best. But if you look at a team who goes fucking 1-7 and is 7th placed almost, to then him coming back and then making finals, something's fucking... Just look at it. They went from almost 7th to finals in 3 weeks because of him. Which something's fucked up there. I don't know if it's his voice. I don't know if it's the team dynamic that needs him. I don't know if it's his fucking aura. I don't know what it is. He has to be there. Like, he has to. So that's the reason those players are there. And Yagao has been slept on. And people always call Yagao a fraud. And you know, I think I know exactly the game where everyone started calling Yagao a fraud. It was a Syndra game. And it was in the finals of spring. I can remember it. Was it Syndra finals in spring? Or yeah, it was. It was this game right here. That game right there is when everyone thought Yagao was a fraud. That game right there. This one. I'm telling you for a fact. So many times he like died with flash up. He flashed the wrong way. And everyone was spamming Yagao, Kek, la 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 la. And I remember it. I remember seeing it. And I was laughing as well. It was this game right here. Every death was just embarrassing. Like, he just goes in and dies for no reason. Everyone was like, what the fuck is Yagao doing? Why is he there? It's right here. I think this play fucked him. Was it this one? Where he that right there. That right there is what made everyone think Yagao was trash. That play. I'm not kidding. The whole thread. Everyone. What is Yagao doing? He's choking so bad. Gonna be washed in MSI. That one play is why everyone thinks Yagao is trash. IMO. But Yagao is very good. He is very, very good. I mean, he won LPL last year. He was on JDG. And JDG's biggest problem at Worlds last year, Yagao was not the worst problem. It was Hope, personally. I think Hope was getting caught on every single fucking mid-wave, no matter what, dying on every wave, every minute of the game. So yeah, that's the reason all these players are here. God, I've got a headache just like non-stop talking. Jesus, man. I hope I'm giving you good context. So basically, Caps is coming out. I think he's by far the best Western mid. Caps, if he's in Claps form, then that's amazing. I'm here for it. Caps is my GOAT. He's the Western GOAT. I love him, but I'm going to be a bit unbiased here. If I was EU biased, I'd probably put Caps in there and then take those two out or something. And then figure it out, but I can't. Oh my god, this list is so fucking hard, man. Look, I think Faker is going to stay because of the T1 shenanigans, because you can't look at that and tell me that there's any evidence not support him in a top 5 list. So he has to stay. Now, what do? Do you get rid of the player who everyone thinks is a fraud for some reason, who is actually really fucking good? Do you get rid of the player who's having one of the best years of his life, or did you get rid of the player that single-handedly took a team to Worlds? That's the problem you have. And this is why I hate these fucking lists, because everyone has different strengths in a way. My personal bias wants to keep Xiaohu. My analytical brain wants to keep Yagao. And my heart wants to put BDD, you know, because BDD is great. I remember BDD coming in and joining Longzhu and being the rival to Faker, you know? BDD is like this guy who's going to contest Faker. He's going to be like one of the best. And he's going to be the one to like silence Faker. So, I'm going to go with my analytical brain. I'm keeping Yagao. I think Yagao, stop saying he's a fraud. He's really fucking good. Shut up. Yagao is insanely good. He made one mistake in the finals. His career history is really good. My personal bias wants to put Xiaohu, but I'm going to go with pure analysis only. I'm not going with any personal bias or like enjoyment for a player after watching his career for so long, like BDD. It's going to be Yagao. I don't know. That guy is really, 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 really good. And you can sit there and doubt him and say he's trash, but he's not. He's really good. BLG fucking choked versus LNG a bit. Was it his fault? No. I think their bot lane got absolutely blasted in this series. Like, bot lane just got absolutely fucking analed. Like, it wasn't even fun. Jungle also struggled. Yeah, I don't know. All right. I'm putting Yagao in. You can say la 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 la, whatever this, whatever that. I don't care. I feel like I'm taking so long on these tier lists. Normally people just fucking bang, bang, bang. So I don't know. These two are a bit hard to measure. I'm gonna put Yagao 4th and Faker 5th for now. It's not like there's a huge difference. It's just everything has so many different measurements to them that it's really hard to say what's where goes this goes there, that goes where. Now it becomes hard because where do you put these three in the top three? Look, if you disagree and you have context and an opinion, I appreciate it. I'm not a faker hater. I'm not a faker hater at all. I think if you actually look at a lot of analysts' tier lists, I doubt that faker will even be in the top 5. If I was to guess, I feel like some analyst tier lists, I don't know about most, would probably have this, you know? But I'm putting faker in there. Individually faker is in top 5. Yeah, that's easily debatable, yeah. But that's why it's hard, because he has like something that we can't measure. All right, these three are the hardest to fucking rate, you know. To be honest, I'm gonna be honest, any iteration, in my opinion, is fine. You know, you can put anyone anywhere, and I'd probably say, you know what, I can see it. So personally, I think this just comes down to who you think's the best. Best mid laner in the world. I don't know. I feel like it's Chovy. But again, like Vedius also said it, like, what happens if Chovy chokes? Like, I can remember a moment in my head, again, it just popped up. It just popped up. Game 4, it just popped up in my head, where he's pushing a side lane, and everyone thinks he's choking. When was it? Everyone was spamming. Everyone was like, Chovy's choking the finals because he did this. Where is it? Sorry, I don't want to be a skipping Andy. Yeah, it's right here. Was it? Where is that Rise ult he did, where everyone was like, oh, he's choking. But yeah, on big stages, definitely Chovy always did struggle. Do you guys remember what I'm talking about? This Rise ult, you know? Where he like tried to take a Gromp, flashed, Rise ult and nothing. You know what I'm talking about. I'm not going to find it. Yeah, it depends if you think Chovy's going to choke or not. I'm putting Chovy number 1. I don't know. I think Chovy is just... He's as close to perfect as it gets, especially in lane phase. So, I don't know. After watching him all year, Knight got clapped at Asia Games by Chovy. Look, as much as you can use that for your argument, I'm going to be honest, fuck Asia Games. I don't give a fuck about Asia Games. I don't care if Knight went 0-10 5 games in a row. He's still top 2. They're playing on a patch from 8 patches ago, which is basically last year. Fuck knows. Like, no one cares. Obviously, it's not. I'm just exaggerating. They have random team. It's a BO3 format. They have a team that we've played together for a week or two. And I'm going to be honest, Chovy had a way better team. I'm just going to say it. He had Kanavi Ruler, Zeus Keria. I think his team was better. My man Knight had fucking JJ Mako. What do you need him to do? Like, bro, fuck Asia Games. I don't care. I don't care if Chovy gapped Knight. I think Chovy's just better, even without Asia Games. Like, Leave was right. No, I'm kidding. So yeah, that's my list for mid. It's a very hard one. I think there's a lot of iterations for mid. The thing that upsets me the most about this list is Xiaohu's not in it. I would really like to put Xiaohu in this list. But yeah. I think the thing is, a lot of people think Xiaohu's a spring performer, but I think this world's Xiaohu will be a summer performer. And when I say summer performer, I don't mean that he's going to be the best mid at the tournament. No. I mean that if Weibo's going to get out of Swiss stage, it's because of Xiaohu. 100%. If Weibo's getting out of Swiss stage, it's because of Xiaohu. Or Light, maybe. But, yeah. Alright, 80 carry. Crowny's here. Crowny's at Worlds. That's awesome. Big people happy for Crowny. That's awesome. I hope he has a fun time. I hope he like enjoys it. He deserves it. He's been grinding for so long. Obviously, he's not going to be in the top 5, but like, shout out to Crowny. Legend. We'll keep out for the Berserker. Again, I haven't watched much NA. Everyone always hypes up Berserker. But look, I haven't watched NA enough to put Berserker in this list. And I know he's really good, but I don't really have an opinion about him because I just haven't watched him. So I'm going to take him out. You know, if another analyst wants to put Berserker 5th or something, sure, I get it. You know, but I haven't watched him. I really haven't. Gala is fucking insane. Pays. Deft. Look, Deft. A lot of people love Deft. He had a great year last year. He won Worlds. Deft this year struggled a bit. Carzy, little smile. He's so cute. Hopefully Mad Lions can pop off this year. Light, Hansama, Ruler, Gumayushi, Aiming. Again, haven't watched NA. Gonna take the NA players out. I'm sorry if you're an NA watcher, but I didn't watch NA. Sorry about that. Deft was the only consistent player in Damwon. Deft was consistent, but he didn't have high highs. This team in spring was winning because he was playing Lucian Nami every game. I remember it so well. Damwon came in, destroyed everyone. Well, everyone. The first 3 or 4 series with Lucian Nami, and Deft was completely insane. Spring split Deft was pretty good. Summer split Deft was good, but he wasn't insane. You know, people like Viper were just overall better. And Deft had like good games when Damwon was stable, but Damwon wasn't stable enough for him to play like at his peak. I think Deft, again, every Damwon player is like this. Every Damwon player. Canyon, Showmaker, Deft, these 3 players struggled in LCK Summer, but I can tell you, these 3 players at a World Championship will be different. They will be different, and they will be fucking good, but I can't use that as an argument to put him in this list. So Damwon's my dark horse. They're gonna do something at Worlds, and they're gonna surprise people. Alright, Noah. I think Noah had an insane start to the split. Like, he had like 100 KDA, but I'll be honest, I think Noah struggled a bit towards playoffs. I don't want to say fell off or anything, but the meta shifted away from Aphelios, and then he kind of had to pick Aphelios in bad states, whereas before he could just pick Aphelios every game. I think he's still pretty good, but there was some games where especially in the playoffs, I felt like there was games where he was either 1v9 or he was a bit invisible. So yeah, again, I can't put him in top 5 list, but that's just my opinion. All right, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Jesus fucking Christ, man. Why am I doing top 5? Bro, why can't we... Like, the thing is with top lists, like, the reason I'm going to do a top 25 list for Worlds instead of a top 20 list is because every top 20 list that people did was because there was 3 seeds from every region. So that's 6 LPL and LCK teams, right? What's that, 30 players for a top 20 list? Yeah, easy. Now there's 40 players for top 5s, top 20s. So I'm going to do a top 25. So that's why this list is really hard. All right. Look, I think Hansama is... chat, you're so annoying. Shut up. Hansama, really good. Love him. Love G2 boys. Love him so much. I can't put him on this list because the AD carries around the world right now are just unbelievable. I think AD carry might be the most stacked role in the tournament next to mid. AD carry this tournament is crazy. All right. Cutting people out of this list is impossible. I'm going to cut Light out. I think Light is super underrated, fucking insane. Unless he's playing Ziggs, that guy Ziggs is probably the most disgusting thing I've ever seen in my life. Like, Light, don't pick Ziggs ever in your life, please. You're making us lose games that were completely won. Where was that fucking Ziggs game? This one versus IG? I don't know when it was. There was a Ziggs game. I watched it. It was disgusting. Never do it again. But yeah, Light, really good. He's like, him and Xiaohu are the reason that Weibo gets wins without the shy cap on. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 left. Fuck me. Look, I think Gala and Ruler are not leaving this list in any universe. They're my 1-2. Like, they're so fucking good. Aiming... Okay, Pace is also not leaving, I think, because Pace, I think this kid is... I think, is he the youngest player of the tournament? Pace? I mean, what more do you want from a rookie? You get a rookie into your team who replaces the best AD carry in the world, and he comes from your academy team. What does he do? As much as it's the meta, maybe, he breaks kill records, somehow averaged like almost 10 kills per game sometimes, had like pentakills across the fucking galore, and they got a support from bro called Delight, and they were suddenly like the best bot lane in the league. Like, Pays, his lane phase, only criticism. His lane phase can be weak at times, but bro, this guy in mid to late game is probably one of the best ADs at positional team fighting. He is just immaculate. He really is. It's just like watching it is fucking mind blowing. His spacing is just insane. So yeah, his lane phase, I think off the top of my head, lane phase is not the best in the world, right? But yeah, he's so insane. Elk, aka Mr. Flash Forward. I think Elk's gonna get nerfed when Gale Force. Is Gale Force getting removed? It is, right? When Gale Force gets removed, Elk is nerfed. So next year, Elk is going to take a hit. Elk and Jackie Love. Woof, Elky Love. Yeah, so Elk is very similar to Jackie Love. This guy will play lane phase when he shouldn't play lane phase in your face. He will flash in and die or solo carry the team fight. He's a psychopath. Aiming... Oh my god, this list is so fucking hard, man. Aiming has been like probably one of the most underrated ADs in the whole league. You know, people always talk about Paze and Viper. But aiming is... aiming's world class. Like, this guy is one of the staples of KT, I think. I don't want to get rid of aiming either. And then Gumayushi. Gumayushi, for some reason, Gumayushi is one of the players in T1 that always steps the fuck up. This guy, in a game that's even or is struggling or whatever, this guy will do the play that you're scared to do. Like, he will just fucking do it. He don't give a shit. And he struggled a lot with Faker being out, but the only times that T1 won games was, again, Zeus just solo killing top 4 times with Rumble, or bot lane just stomping so fucking hard that out of lane doesn't matter. So, what do you rate? What do you rate? It's hard. I don't want to get rid of aiming. I don't want to get rid of my boy aiming. I don't want to do it. He stole 2 Barons. Yeah, I know he stole 2 Barons. Look, again, this list can be framed in many ways. But I am framing this list as if I was at a World Championship, which AD carry would I rather have on my roster for a World Championship? I would rather have Guma. I think the thing with Guma is 2021, Gumayushi Keria were regarded as a strong bot lane, but Gumayushi always had positional errors in lane and would just die randomly. And a lot of people thought that Gumayushi was one of the worst players on T1 last year when the meta shifted away from Jinx Aphelios. And people were right to say that. I think he was. He was like super struggling. After the spring meta of Jinx Aphelios and it went to like Kalista Zeri, Gumayushi was like finding it. Like, T1 was still winning, don't get me wrong, but like he didn't look like the Gumayushi from spring where he would just play fucking Jinx Aphelios every game and Xayah and shit and just carry like and just play team fights. But this year, Gumayushi's been one of the best players on T1, and I think not putting him in this list would be a crime. So aiming, special shout out to you. You're very good. But yeah, I think Gumayushi, to be honest, is the clutch player in T1. I don't think it's Faker. Maybe I think Keria is the clutch player in T1 when it comes to making calls. Like, Keria is very smart at rushing down Baron or sneaking Nash, especially. I think that's where he's got good brain, or like he can clutch it. Faker maybe is a clutch player at, you know, early to mid game plays, but actual mechanical plays, Guma is the clutch for T1. All right. For me, the top 3 is pretty easy. Maybe you disagree, but I think Gala's the second best AD in the world. I do. I think Gala is so... It's criminal how good this guy is. Ruler, in my opinion, Ruler's the best player in the world. And when you see my top 20 list, whatever it is, I think Ruler will be number 1. If I think about it more, sure, but I'm pretty sure it's Guma. It's Ruler. Sorry, I was just reading someone write Gumayushi in chat. So yeah. And Paze is the best performing AD in the league. 100% in the LCK. This guy's linking me deeplol.gg. I'm not going to use deeplol. I don't know. Everyone got ads. I think, to be honest, you know, if out there in some world you want to say that Gala is better than Ruler, I would be very confused, but I'm sure if someone sat there with me and went through like 1,000 VODs, I could probably, maybe, kind of in some way, 0.5% understand. The only way I'd understand is that I think Gala is a very close second. Okay? That's the only way I would understand. Is that Gala is a close second. Like, it's not like he's right next to him, but it's almost like, imagine this is S and this is A. I would say like this is A plus, you know? You know, does that make sense? Like, he's not, he's closer to being close to ruler than he is to third. I don't know. Anyway, Gala is very good. If you watch LNG and, you know, RNG, Gala was jailed. Basically, TLDR, if you don't know what happened to Gala, he was jailed on RNG. He was depressed as fucking spring. His team was griefing him. He couldn't win any games. For some reason, like, his team was just trash and he was just getting fucking 5-man over every game. Nothing he could do. And then basically what happened was RNG and LNG traded AD carries. So LP went to RNG and Gala came to LNG. And it was a bit shaky at the start, but then it was just fucking... Jesus. Yeah, Gala was in a league of his own at that point. Yeah, if you know about Ruler Zach, bro, that's a good reference. Ruler Zach, that's a good reference. All right, now it comes down to 4-5. To be honest, a lot of recency bias again on BLG players is a bit negative because LNG gapped them, and I think the gap was a little bit through bot too. But it's hard to put Gumayushi above him too, because I don't know, it's hard to put either above them, because first of all, Elk struggled against LNG a lot, but LNG's bot lane like really good, and as much as BLG had like that first game, I think it was like super clean, the rest of the 3 games were not super, I don't know what the word is, I don't want to use the word competitive. But Gumayushi is a clutch player, and it depends, pick your poison. Recency bias says Gumayushi should be above, but I also think it's criminal to have Elk as the fucking 5th best AD carry in the world, because that guy's regular season was mind-blowing. This guy, regular season, no one even touched this guy. Like, it was disgusting. But then in playoffs, it just never really happened. Whereas Gumayushi was the opposite. Gumayushi's regular season was like pretty good, but it could never be exceptional because Faker wasn't there. And then in playoffs, it was just, I don't know, like every time they needed to win the game and everything was super close, Gumayushi won them the game. You can say, there's no way you can say LNG gapped them. The only game that LNG didn't get gapped, like, that BLG gapped them was game 1, because game 1 was a stomp. Game 1 was an ultra stomp. The rest of the 3 games, they were a bit back and forth early, but I think LNG was just rolling them. This game was insane. The next games were rough though. Like, which game was this? This was game 2? This was game 2. This was game 3. Yeah, why are they playing Jace, Nidalee, Cassante, Blitzcrank? Like, what? Bro, they're playing Jace, Nidalee, Cassante, Blitzcrank against Leona, LeBlanc, Maokai. Like, they are fried. The only way you win this game is if Nidalee is 5,469 levels up on Maokai with a 50k gold lead. The only way you can win. And they went Fiora game 4. Anyway, I don't know. This is a hard one. This is the one where I'm like the most unsure. Gumayushi Elk, do you prefer clutch or do you prefer like just fucking raw psycho? I don't know. A lot of fans will probably put Gumayushi above. But Elk's, again, I don't know. Elk's regular season was fucking, like, I don't know. This guy was a monster in regular season. Yeah, I don't know. I think there's something feels really wrong in me to put Elk number 5 AD in the world. But I might just have to do it, you know. I don't know. Gumayushi is... I feel like something else Gumayushi brings to T1 is his mindset. Like, that guy's mindset is unbreakable. This team is losing every game. That guy is still going and saying, we're gonna fucking stomp these fucking noobs. Shut up, everyone. Just shut the fuck up. It's 1. Let me carry. And I don't know. Having that guy on your team is just... Maybe it's biased because I don't know what Elk's like, you know? But just from... I don't know. I guess it's because it's really hard to... This is the thing. You know how I showed you that Damwon video? I can see a lot of content behind the scenes of LCK teams, but maybe it's because I haven't found it, but there's not that much behind the scenes LPL content. Look, I think Both are understandable. I don't know, man. The only thing that I don't like about Guma is his Zeri is bad. His Zeri is... Stop saying Guma Draven versus Gen G. Bro, Guma Draven, they got absolutely rolled in draft every game. Their draft was... Bro, these 3 games of draft were unwinnable. Unwinnable. Can't win at all. They're playing Aphelios Lulu into fucking Blitzcrank Sejuani Sylas. They had to play Lucian Nami because their Lulu... I don't even know why the fuck they picked Lucian Nami. It was game 1 or something when they had their Lulu banned or something. Or one of the games Lulu was banned or they just never picked Lulu. Because they were one-tricking it. Anyway. I don't know, bro. I don't know. Fuck it. I'm wasting too much time. I'm gonna put... who would I want on a World Championship roster if I was making a roster? If my 4th place team is Doran, Shun, Yagao. Yeah, I think I would want Kumayushi. I don't know. I think I would want Kumayushi. I think probably a lot of people are going to get mad at me for that. Or whatever, in this chat especially. Because this whole chat saying Elk. But I would prefer Kumayushi. I don't know. I like Elk a lot. I do. You know what? Gale Force nerfs hurt Elk. But yeah, I don't know. Kumayushi just... I don't know. When it comes to playoffs, this guy just... He's never the problem. In the last 2 years. He's never the problem. Do a poll? I'm not doing a poll. Alright, stop stalling. Alright, Labrov. Love Labrov. Vitality. Funny enough, the Vitality super team, the least of the problem was Labrov. Who'd have thought? With a roster that was such this fucking crazy super team last year, Labrov wasn't the problem. Yeah, Sven, I'm not going to do NA. Hillesang, Madeline struggled. Corey J, not going to do NA. Look, Crisp, I love you. Don't pick hook champs. I think you're a good support, but when it comes to worlds, don't pick hook champs or I'll fucking lose my mind. Lehens, I think Lehens is really good, but I think that there right now in the world there's a lot of supports in the world right now which I think are just better. I like Lehens a lot though. Big fan of Lehens. I feel like I'm doing KT so fucking dirty in this list. Like Keen was 6th. BDD was basically 6th or 5th. Cuz, yeah, fuck you, Cuz. No, I'm kidding. I love you guys. Aiming was basically 6th. KT is just like, KT would be 6th All-Pro in my top 5. Except for Cuz. No, I love you. I like Cuz. Trimby, yeah. I think it's hard to put Trimby in here. I think Trimby... Actually, Trimby's Alistar and Nautilus in those finals weekends were crazy good. Actually, his Nautilus specifically, big fan. But I can't put him in top 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Is there 7 here? Oh my god. See, now, a lot of people would take Hong out of the list, but I personally think he's really fucking good, and so I'm keeping him. Kellen, good luck. You're gonna get better. I know you're gonna get better. You're gonna get better. You're gonna be smurfing. I hope Damwon wins Worlds. I'm right behind you, buddy. So now there's 6 left, and a lot of people, all they would do is they wouldn't even think about Hong. He wouldn't even be here, and then their list would be simple. Okay? I get it. But I think Hong is really fucking insane. Okay? I think he's really insane. And I'm gonna be honest here, I'm taking out Keria, and a lot of people are gonna flame me for that. They are. I don't care. Look, I don't care. I'm taking out Keria because personally I think Keria has struggled a bit in summer. He has. Keria's summer was a struggle. And Keria has always been 2 biggest strengths of Keria. 1, he has really insane playmaking, really insane. And 2, he's very, very smart about the game. But those 2 things he couldn't do in summer. 1, because Poby was in, but 2, because the team could only put him on 1 champ. I know I've said this a few times, but they could only really find 1 way to win games, or 2. 1 was getting Faker on a 0 Nico, and 2nd was buffing up Gumayushi to carry the whole game. And that suppressed Keria a lot. And personally, I think Keria, when they come to Worlds and they practiced and they're really good, I think there's a world where Keria is one of the best supports of the tournament. Yes, agreed. Keria will probably be one of the best supports of the tournament, but I'm taking out Keria. This is also bugged. I was doing some research yesterday and it said that he played a game of Xayah support, and I looked at it and I was mind blown. But he didn't play Xayah support. It's Rakan. But yeah, I know a lot of people get mad about that because I know that people love Keria. People think that Keria is insane and love Keria. I think Keria is insane too. I'm not putting him in the top 5 though. I mean, that's a controversial opinion, but it is what it is. I think Keria Nautilus was a bit of a struggle sometimes. I don't remember some games, but there was it MSI? His Nautilus was a struggle. Overall, it's been a bit of a rough transition. I think his Rakan Alistar have always been really good though, of course. And his Rel. Wasn't his Rel win rate way higher than that? I swear he's... Or was it... Who am I thinking of who had like that insane Rel win rate? Was it not Keria? No, it wasn't Keria. He had the really low win rate Rel. It was Beryl. Oh yeah, Beryl. Oh yeah, there it is, Beryl. He actually had an insane win rate before this year. Anyway, this is my top 5. This is my top 5. Alright, now rating them is really hard. I'm going to put Hung 5th because a lot of people are probably wondering why the fuck I even have Hung on this list. Analyst has opinion, chat implodes. Now, a lot of you won't know Hung, but this is where it all started. This was the beginning of Hung. You know, I remember all the clips of Hung just being a psychopath and like predict hooking all this shit. You know, here's all the clips. You can watch all the clips of Hung just being a fucking degenerate. He plays like an absolute psychopath. I don't know. This guy is mentally, I don't know, whatever. And I've always liked Hang a lot. He's basically Hylissang, except he's just better, I think. His lane phase is, he will play frontline Lulu. He will flash ignite you to stop your base. His playmaking in fights was insane. Why is everyone saying Mickey X top 4? Mickey X over Keria. Bro, why is everyone this... Bro, what is wrong with Mickey? Mickey's insane. Are you fucking high? Mickey had like the best year of his life. You're mental. You're so mental. Bro, I don't know who's mauling at me for saying Keria over Mickey, but I have exactly the same support. It is base Caedrel. Wait, you took out Keria as well, Yamato? I'm sorry for having... This is my opinion of all of the year long. Keria last year, he would probably be top 2 in the world. This year, it's a struggle. Yes, sir. I'm putting in Hung because I think he's underrated. A lot of Western fans probably don't even know what the fuck he is because they look at Scout Gala all the time. No one thinks about Hung, and he's going to surprise a lot of you. And I think when you watch LNG play, you will start to realize at Worlds, because maybe you didn't see the LPL as much, but you'll start to realize the most fun player on this team is Hung, by far. Like, this guy is so fucking fun to watch. He's great. So, please, if I have to ask you anything, when you're watching LNG at Worlds, please think about their spot. He's really good. All right, I think Delight, MVP of the finals. He got robbed. Delight, fucking insane year. Best sport in the LCK, hands down. I don't know. This guy is mental. His engages are crazy. His lane phase is good. His team fights are mind-blowing. I don't know where to put him right now, but I'm just telling you that this guy's insane. On and missing. All right, on and missing. Maybe a lot of people don't really know about supports in general in pro game because it's always very carry-based. How do I describe it? Missing is basically a Rakan one-trick. He's a very good engaged support. Like, this guy is probably one of the best engaged supports in the world. And I've always said JDG's team fighting is insane, and the pillars of their team fighting are 369 and Missing. I don't think there's any surprise that Missing's most played champ is Rakan and 369 is Ornn. Because what more team fight champs do you want as pillars for your carries? It's Rakan and Ornn. Bro, if they get those two champs in it's lost. It's lost if they're playing Ornn Rakan. I can tell you for a fact. So they are very unique in their sense, where On is he's a good engaged support, but On is probably the best mechanical support in the LCK. Like, this guy's mechanics are really insane. I think, again, BLG, it's hard to look at BLG because of their run in playoffs and then losing, and everyone will spam off KW. But this guy is just got really, 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 really good mechanics. And it's hard to pinpoint what mechanics... Why are you guys saying LCK? It's really hard to pinpoint like what mechanics sometimes on support, but you'll see it. You'll see it when Worlds comes. It's hard to say who's above. I would personally put Missing above because it's kind of like doing a disinjustice to Missing, because what more do you want him to do? Oh no, he's playing engage supports and finding perfect engages in every game. You said Honest from LCK? Did I say LCK? My bad. Oh no, Honest is hitting, Missing is hitting all his best engages in the world. Like, oh my bad, sorry, what more do you want from him? You know, I think sometimes Missing makes small mistakes in lane phases. And like he can sometimes hurt Ruler's lane phase a little bit by like blowing summoners early or getting chunked out on bad trades. But other than that, I think Missing's really good. This is why I didn't want to do this tier list on stream, because it's just a chat war. People are fighting between Keria over Mickey X over Keria, and yada yada yada. Yada yada yada. Yeah, I'm not done. Yeah, this is the debate that I think is up now. I think it's a disinjustice to not put Missing first. Now, what do you value? Do you value this mechanically gifted support who will pick, like, I think On is actually one of the most flexible as well, because I think On is given more room to breathe in draft, you know? Whereas Missing is kind of locked in draft a lot of the time, you know? He will just play and engage support, and he will just go in, and that's it. I mean, you can look at it. He has a Melio game, sure, but in terms of, like, I feel like room to breathe in draft, off the top of my head, I don't have the number, but I feel like On gets more chances on red side especially. Or Delight, who I think is just, I don't know, I love Delight. I don't know, this guy comes from Bro, joins Gen G with an Academy 80 carry that no one's heard about, becomes the best bot in the league, wins spring, wins summer, MVP of the finals, robbed. I don't know. I think he's such a surprise. And you can use the logic of, oh, maybe he's going to play worse at an international event. But his play is so it's such a high level and so consistently good, even on the biggest of stages, no matter what, that I would I would get Delight in there no matter what. Like, Delight is so... People sometimes say I'm a bit crazy when it comes to rating Delight. People always say, like, Caedrel bias to Delight, whatever the fuck. I think this guy is... bro, mods are just timing out all the spammers. You're all getting destroyed. Yo, mods... Wait, oh, it's Moobot, actually. Moobot. So Mickey's my fourth. I don't know, Mickey... I haven't talked much about Mickey, but Mickey's got a... I think Mickey's the best Western player going to Worlds. He is. It's funny, because Mickey said in his interview when he won MVP, he's like, I don't think I've done anything special this year. I've just kind of done what my team needed me to do or something. He said something like that in the interview when he got MVP. So he, like, obviously... He kind of, like, I feel like he sold himself short a little bit. I think Mickey's year has been super standout, super exceptional. And if there's any Western player that should be on a top 20 list or should be in a top 5 list, it should be Mickey. And do I think he's better than Hong? Yeah, I do. I think he's better than Hong. I think Hong is amazing and fun to watch. I think the two players who are not robbed, but the two players who obviously should be in here are... Or like a close sixth in my eyes are Lehens and Keria. More so Keria than Lehens. Mickey should be number 1. Why? Yeah, so big fan of Keria, big fan of Lehens. Again, I think a lot of these lists are really hard because you've taken 40 players, right? You've got 8 teams. So that's 8 supports, 8 mids, 8 AD carries, 8 top laners from LPL, LCK. Plus you can take like G2 maybe to make it 9 if you want to throw in that argument. And he has to put it into 5. And that's really, really difficult. And a lot of, I'm reading some things in the chat and you're saying Keria number 1. Okay, I get it. If you're a Keria fan, sure. You know, Keria last year, sure. But that's my opinion of watching all these teams, all these players. And... yeah, I think there's arguments for a lot of different things, and I would be very like open to ideas. But that's my list, and a lot of lists get controversy and opinions and flame and flag. But that's my list. So I hope you enjoyed the top 5 lists for Worlds. I hope you enjoyed it. Now get Vedius in. So for top, we got the Shy and God tier, 369, Bin, Zeus, Doran, Zika. For jungle, we got Kanavi, Peanut, Tarzan, Shun and Kenyon. For mid, we got Chovy Knight, Scout, Yagao, and Faker. For AD carry, we got Ruler, Gala, Pays, Guma, and Elk. And then we got Vedius time, yeah, Missing Delight on Mickey X and Hung. Yeah, T1 I feel like is a really hard team to rate. T1 is a really hard team to rate. I feel like a lot of players were done dirty here. You know, I think Keen for top. I feel sad that Keen's not here. I'm sorry. For jungle, do I feel bad about jungle? I mean, Weiwei. Big shout out to Weiwei. I think Weiwei's really good. And yeah, that's about it. And Yike, Weiwei and Yike, big shout out. For mid, big shout out to Xiaohu and BDD. I'm sorry. I wish I could squeeze him in, but you have to cut people off. AD carry, aiming, I'm sorry. Light, kind of. Aiming, light, deft. Love you all. Mostly aiming. Wish he was here. And support, Carrier and Lehens. Mostly Carrier. Love you, Carrier. What have we got? We've got LPL, LCK, LPL, EU, LPL. LPL, well, he's kind of like, some of these players are like, you know, he's kind of LCK, but LPL, LPL, LCK, LCK, LPL, LCK, LPL, 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 LCK. LPL, LCK, LPL. I mean, some of these LPL players are Koreans, right? So it's like, yeah. Does Vedius want a call? Did he say that he wants to join the call and do a base take and start farming emotes? So here we've got Expurge Factor. For those who don't know, Expurge Factor is the hate watcher of the Caedrel stream. He will always say something in the chat to like trigger me or try and farm based emotes. He has another take for the tier list. He says, to put Mickey X above any of the top 4 Chinese and Korean supports is criminal. Western players won't be better than them regardless of how they played in their respective regions because they play in harder regions. Mickey X in their place wouldn't even start for them. There's the Expurge Factor take. There's the hate watcher take of the day. I love him. I love him. He always comes out and he always spits fire. He always spits fire. Mickey X was going to go to Sandbox last year. Really? Mickey X was not going to Sandbox last year. Vedius said I didn't pay him for yesterday. Wait, Vedius, you joining or not? Yeah, he was. He had LCK offers. Well, there you go, Expurge Factor. Mickey X had LCK offers. My throat hurts from talking. That's a surprise. That's never happened with casting. I guess I was just going. Vedi's calling. Yo!
What's up, you retired, washed up analyst?
Okay, is that how we're going to start these things?
Why do you keep making these shit lists, man? What are you doing? What's the goal?
Come on.
Trying to stay relevant? Is this the point?
I need just 2 minutes of take so I can get clips.
Vedius' real takes. That's what you got to do.
Actually, yeah, let's get Vedius' real takes.
Okay. What's your top list? 3, 6, right. Let's remember, everyone, okay, all the way at the back so you can hear me, that it's really important that the Ornn players are the best players in the world. Because, of course, if you play Ornn, you're the most versatile, right? That's the logic. If you're a tank, DPS support, hyper carry, mage, fucking assassin. Yeah, let's put them at the top of the top list.
Yeah.
Yeah, let's not think about, okay, players like Broken Blade. Okay, no, why would you think about him? What? Why would you ever think about a player like Broken Blade? Why? It's not like he actually has a diverse champion pool. Name one other top laner on this list to play Swain. I'm waiting. I'll wait. It's fine. I don't mind. Oh, you don't have an answer? That's because there isn't one. Name another Kled player. Huh? You fucking can't. They're all Renekton one tricks. What does Broken Blade do? He innovates. He does something different because he's not some stupid Ornn Renekton one trick, okay? Find me a top laner that can actually play more than 3 champions. Go on, show me one that doesn't play Cassante 7 times in a row. Jesus
no, you're right.
Christ, these top lane lists. Holy moly. Holy moly.
The Shy plays a lot of he plays Queen and Nidalee top.
Let's not forget, who's the best top laner? Was it 3? Who's top esports top laner? Who was it? Remind me. Last year. Who is his top laner? Because he's irrelevant now. Tell me.
Who was top esports top laner last year?
Exactly.
It was
Who
Wayward.
the fuck was
Wasn't it Wayward?
Because he was at the top of the list, I'm pretty sure.
No,
I
it was
reckon
King
he was
Tien.
at the top of the list. Who?
King Tien
It
and
doesn't
Wayward.
matter.
That was Squidward.
Wayward and Odoamne gapped him. Where's Odoamne now? Yeah, exactly. It's underrated. Underrated. Let's get the jungle. I'm so sick of your top lane list already. It's disgusting.
Come on.
Get me to jungle. Show me what the jungle list is.
It's
Kanavi.
Yeah.
Kanavi.
Peanuts, Tarzan,
Kanavi. Canyon last year, okay, literally gapped everyone. It wasn't even close. It wasn't even close, right? He on his cane was like single-handedly dragging the dead weights that tried to sink him to Davy Jones' locker, and you put him in fifth. What are we doing, Mark?
Worlds 2022 was yesterday.
What are we doing, Mark? What are we doing? 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 What do we? I mean, Yikes. I love Yike. Okay, he's great, and he's gonna, he's gonna do his best. Okay, but he's not Canyon. He literally in his name creates canyons between him and every other player. This is the problem with all you analysts. This is the problem. I need to walk. Hang on, I need to walk.
You going for a walk?
No, I need to breathe. Mark,
okay.
Quiet. Mark,
okay.
Quiet.
I'll be
okay,
quiet.
Listen to me. Listen to me. Oh
I'm
my
listening.
god.
No, I'm
the
listening.
problem with all you you're speaking again. Stop.
Okay.
Every oh my god. Every single tier list, what they do, okay, is they go to the regular season, which for the record was 5 ago. Okay? They go to the regular season and go, oh, their regular season performance. This is the reason why I put them here. Why does shit matter? Why? What does it matter? Okay? All that matters is how they perform at the World Championship. And so your tier list should be based on who is actually going to be good at Worlds. Okay? Mark, you've got a brain. Okay? You did a video on the patch for Worlds. You've done that. So you should be sitting here telling me who you think is going to thrive on the patch. Huh? Did we think about that? Maybe not. Maybe we don't just bias ourselves on how the regular season went. Okay? Regular season is useless. Okay? It's all about the player's potential. What about traveling? What about traveling? What about T1 in Korea? Then the last time T1 won in Korea? Wasn't recently.
Well, didn't they play MSI in Korea and they lost to 5 chairs?
Yeah, exactly. That's what I'm saying. They don't, bro. So the fact that you've even got move to mid. Come on. Let's move to mid.
Yeah.
Come on. Why is Faker on the list? Why is he on the list, Mark?
Because he's really good.
Why is Chovy on the list, Mark?
Really
Why are
good.
they on the list? Why are
really
they on
good.
the list?
They're really good.
Are they? Are they really?
Yeah.
Because I don't remember Chovy in a final. I don't. I remember Knight in the final. He's pretty good. I like Knight. Knight's cool. He's a great guy. Love him. But I don't remember him in the final. Also, I seem to remember Faker getting gapped by Humanoids Azia. Humanoids Azia. Bro, Nuke beat Humanoids Azia. Okay? Come on, bro. Oh my god, this is unbelievable. Like, Faker's a great player. I love Faker. No disrespect to the GOAT, right? He is the greatest player of all time. Love him. He's probably going to make the finals with T1 because, that's what they do. But...
So, Nuke's the GOAT.
Yeah, fun fact about Nuke. Fun fact, there have only been 3 players in the world that have won with Xerath. Faker, BDD, and Nuke. So, the fact that Nuke isn't on the list is
it's weird, isn't it?
Well,
No, I didn't think about that. You're right. I didn't think about the numbers.
I mean, you didn't think about the draft at all either. I don't know, Mark.
Should I move to AD now, or are you done?
These lists are stupid, Mark. All of them are stupid. They're all stupid. The other problem with these lists, right? No, because now I just have functionally a problem with your list and every other list that exists, right? The functional problem with them, okay, is that individuals can look better or worse if their team is winning or not, right? And it's all well and good. You've got all the JDG players on there. Oh, because they won LPL, they objectively must have the 5 best players in the world. Somewhere on these top 5 lists, right? Surely.
That's kind of how winning
because they
works,
won.
right?
That's how winning works, right?
Yeah, they won their region, yeah.
So why do we just put all the winners on?
Well, they are.
Why don't we just have JDG all in the top, right? And then we'll get LNG second. How many? Do you have all 5 LNG players on the list, Mark? Do you have all 5 LNG players?
I do. But
yeah,
all
you do.
different positions.
Yeah, but that's fine. You got all 5 LNG players on this. You got all the BLG players on the list as well, Mark. All the BLG. I forgot you hate Elk. I forgot you.
No,
hate
I've got them all there. Elk's there.
You've got them all there. He's there. Is he?
Yeah, they're all there. Yeah.
Okay. Interesting. And then we've got all the Gen G players on there, right? We've got all the Gen G players.
Yeah. We have them all.
Yeah, we've got all the Gen G players, and then we've also got all the T1 players. Oh no, because you hate Carrier, right? I forgot. But we got most of the T1 players.
Yeah,
we got most of them.
We're most T1
Interesting. Interesting. So what if we learned from your list, Mark, that the teams that won the LPL and the teams that won the LCK have the 5 best players in their respective roles as a result of the results of the standings?
It's kind of how it works.
Is that how it works? Yeah, is that how it works?
They had the worst
So
players.
what was the point, Mark? What was the point? What was the point? What have we learnt? What is different? What is new? Like, why can't we sit there and think about players that, like, you know, who actually have the potential to, like, do you think that Handsama's not good enough? Is that what you think? You think he's just not good enough? Because that's what I'm hearing.
I mean, I could make a list about players who could be better than they are.
Oh, yeah, could be better than they are.
Yeah.
Could be better. What objective metrics, explain to me, what objective metrics do you have to tell me that Hansama is worse than any of the top 5 AD carry lists? Go on.
So you're saying, why isn't he in the top 5?
No. Explain to me in excruciating detail what about Hansama, okay, does he not have that all of the other AD carries have?
Well, he lives in Europe. It's bad RNG.
Right, he lives in Europe.
That's how it goes.
Truth comes out. Now the truth is out there. Now we get to the root of the issue. This is the problem, Mark. This is the problem. This is the problem. You need to get some windscreen wipers on your eyes, okay? We need to get some water in there. We need to clean whatever shit you're seeing, okay? Because what is this, bro? What is this? All these lists is we take the top 5 teams, we pick the players from each of the top 5 teams, then we arrange them.
So you're saying that we should do content? No content.
Yeah, it's
no fun allowed.
Man. It's garbage. Why don't we do a real list? Okay, why don't we just do a real list? Why don't we just do a real list?
What's a real list?
Like, let's go back originally to my predictions on how the tournament's going to play out, right? So quarterfinals 1. Quarterfinals 1 will be JDG versus T1, okay? That's quarterfinals number 1. Quarterfinals number 2, Gen G versus Damwon, okay? That's quarterfinals number 2. Quarterfinals number 3, okay? Fnatic versus LNG, okay? Quarterfinals number 4 will be something like BLG versus C9, because by some miracle, C9's also going to make it out, right? Fuck Weibo. We both know the truth. Okay, right. So this means that based on these quarterfinals already Mickey can't be on the list. Of course he can't. Mickey can't be on the list, can he, Mark? Because he didn't even make top 8. And we need to get only the top 5 teams,
but Worlds
right?
hasn't started yet. You can't say the matchups.
Yeah, but I'm telling you what's going to happen, because I know. Okay?
No, I know, but you're leaking it.
Okay, T1 versus JDG. T1 is going to beat JDG. So already your list has become fundamentally flawed, because now Faker is better than Knight, right? That's the first problem with
Okay, let me fix it. Yeah.
Secondly, okay, in the Gen G versus Damwon, okay, Canyon's going to do. It's going to be a rematch of what happened last year. The exact same thing. It's going to be the exact same thing. So Canyon is going to prove that he's the greatest jungler on the planet, but he's going to lose. Okay, so that's again going to ruin your whole jungle list.
Kanavi lost to T1, so he's trash.
He's also garbage. Yeah.
Okay.
I mean, and Ona's not even on the list. Ona's not even on the list.
Oh yeah, Ona's.
And of course, everyone's going to come back into your chat and everyone's going to spam Ona kick W, right? Because Ona's not there. Okay. He's not going to be there. Okay.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
And then we move on to the next one. Fnatic versus
then if he lost.
Well, no, everyone knows. Everyone loves Ruler. Ruler's the GOAT.
Okay.
Don't be mean to Ruler. Okay. What are you talking about? Ruler's the GOAT.
Okay. No, I was just checking.
What the hell's wrong with you, man?
No,
Jesus.
sorry. I'm sorry.
Okay. Then we've got BLG versus Fnatic, right? No, we had LNG versus Fnatic. That's what we had, right? Humanoid's going to gap Scout, obviously, right? But then that doesn't matter because LNG's still going to win 3-1 because, you know, it's Noah's first time at Worlds. But like the problem is, how can you put Humanoid above Scout? Because you can never do that because he's from Europe, right? Am I right?
Yeah, exactly. That's how it works.
Right. And because they're going to lose, you're going to be like, well, Humanoid can't. Humanoid can only play 3 champions.
Yeah,
okay?
Azir,
Yeah, exactly. Right. Yeah. He can play Azir and he can play Xerath, but he's never won on Xerath, right? Fun fact.
Yeah, not like Nuke.
Again, not like Nuke. Exactly. So, I mean, this is the problem. And then our last quarterfinals, we've got BLG versus C9. Well, but that'll be a 3-0 with the LNG 3-1 as well. So then you have LNG versus BLG, and then BLG will get their revenge on LNG because for some reason you seem to think that LNG gapped BLG, which
I don't. The world script writers they love a good storyline, don't they?
Well, no, but at this point we know that BLG is the best team in the world, so they'll win 3-1 against LNG. And now you have to come back to who's the best top player in the world now, Mark? Because it's now going to be Zeus versus Bin. Obviously, that's what the finals narrative is going to be all about. Because I forgot to mention.
Why are we rerunning last year's script? Isn't that boring?
Yeah, but this is just, I don't know, bro. I don't
Is that what
make
sells?
the scripts. I'm just telling you the truth, okay?
Oh, okay?
And so tell me, based on that result, based on everything that I've just told you, okay? Now does your list make any sense? Does it make any sense?
Yeah, the Shy is a god.
No, but he won't. But he's not even top 8 anymore. He's knocked out.
Who cares? Because then in January, Worlds doesn't matter anymore. So he's a god again.
Okay. Oh, I hate lists, Mark. I hate
Then
lists.
he's the god again.
The only thing lists are useful for, okay, is your shopping.
The team who won Worlds is only the best team in the Worlds on that day.
Oh my god.
And then the next day, the Shy is the god again.
Oh my god.
Maybe when the clock strikes midnight, buddy, and that trophy is back in the locker room, GG, the GOAT returns. Did you say shopping list?
It's the only thing lists are useful for. Shopping lists and the
only thing lists are useful for? Shopping list?
A hit list, dude. That's also relevant.
A hit list?
Yeah. Like people that you would beat in a duel. Yeah.
Oh, yeah. I know Vitality loves shopping lists, don't they?
Correct.
Yeah.
Anyway, lists are useless. Your lists are useless. And I look forward to mocking your list upon the return and conclusion of the World Championship.
Oh, you're that guy. You're that guy.
Yeah.
Your name is Andy. So you're a hindsight Andy. I thought you were like
hang on a second.
I thought you were
hindsight Andy.
Yeah, I thought you were backseat Andy.
Your whole list is based on the regular season.
Oh, I'm sorry. I wish I was watching their scrims yesterday morning. My bad. I couldn't connect to the TR. It's down.
Hey, everyone, look at my list from 3 months ago when we were on patch 13.11.
Welcome everyone to the World Semi-Finals, where Caedrel said that 369 is the best top in the world, but he's not here. Caedrel was wrong.
He's not here. Exactly. Wrong. That's what I'm saying. That's why your list is garbage. Because you should be you should be making predictions, Mark. You should be telling the people what will happen, not what has happened.
Oh, so I should predict the entire world's knockout stage like you did.
Yes. Thank you.
Without any seeding. Just blind hit it.
Oh,
you know what I'll do? I'll make 50 different Twitter accounts and make 50 different possible knockouts. And then the one that's right, I'll delete the other 49 and then retweet the right one.
Look at how cringe this guy's being right now.
I'm a hindsight Vedius Andy.
You can have an opinion by doing all these things. Bro, what is wrong with you, man?
Vedi, you changed, man.
I've changed?
Yeah, you've changed.
I've changed. Yeah, you're right. No, I've changed. I have only ever put original opinions out.
You went from being a Twitch Prime farmer and being nice to just being a base take farmer.
I predicted G2 to win against FPX. Okay? Yeah, that's what I did. And look at how that went. And if I was on that IG Fnatic analyst desk, I also would have predicted Fnatic to win. Why? Because I take risks, Mark. Okay, that's what I do.
I predicted Damwon to win Worlds in 2021. They lost. I predicted T1 to win Worlds last year. They lost.
Yeah, but I mean, again, those were all average Andy takes. Okay?
What do you mean average Andy?
They were average Andy. Everyone predicted Damwon to win in 2021. Everyone did it, Mark. Everyone did it. Name one person that didn't. In 2022, you predicted probably, what was your top 3? JDG. I think it was JDG. Genji, top esports with T1 in 4th was probably your lukewarm take.
Fetty,
yeah?
3 of you on the desk predicted G2 to win.
Yeah, but I mean, Deficio always copied my opinions. We both know this.
He said 3-2, you said 3-1.
Yeah, I was more confident than he was.
Oh, okay.
Fun fact, Jat also was going to predict G2, and then he flip-flopped because everyone else predicted G2. Not a joke. Fraud! No, I respect the game. I respect the hustle. No, but that's not the point, Mark. I'm just saying, look at you. Look at you. None of your takes are original. All of the whole chat, they all knew what was coming. They all knew.
Did they?
Yeah, they all... No one in the chat...
Give me something original. Tell me some original
Give you something original? Give you something original?
Give me a top 5 player in a role that's not original.
Do you want... Okay, do you want something that's actually kind of crazy? I legitimately think Broken Blade is top 5 world. Yeah, I said it. That's right. I said it. And a bunch of people are going to be like, what the fuck? How can you sit there and say that? How can you sit there and say that? Diversification in champion pool. Incredibly consistent in his ability to lane. He can play with or without resources.
I mean, Wunder was giving him the in lane phase in the finals.
Yeah, okay, cool. You've got a couple anecdotal examples. Do you want me to also find a couple anecdotal examples? Do you remember when Bin also lost to 369 and then
Well,
literally
no, I'm just using your logic of the
everyone in
regular
MSI?
season. You said the regular season doesn't matter, so
I'm
giving
not
you the most
actually using
recent
the regular
series.
season. I'm using the one that happened on patch 13.15, which is much more accurate data on whatever the fuck you think. But also, I'm not basing my opinion purely on that. I'm basing on what his potential is. I'm telling you that his champion pool is diverse enough that he can be one of the best top laners in the world. I'm telling you that he has the individual skill and teamfight prowess. How many times have we seen him get shafted in lane and then single-handedly win teamfights? He has demonstrated on multiple occasions his ability to play from any position, whether it be ahead or behind. He's demonstrated an ability to play far more champions than a lot of the other top laners on this list.
Mm-hmm. And then
He's also demonstrated that he's relatively consistent in lane. I'm not going to sit there and say that he's the best laner in the world. Okay, I'm telling you.
On fire. The cooking is going wild.
I'm telling you, bro.
Is Yike?
I also think.
Was Yike in jungle?
Well, I think there's a lot of good junglers in the world. I will give you that. There's a lot of very good junglers in the world.
I mean, you're speaking to one right now.
Okay, well, I didn't realize. Fucking okay, bro. Not only are you a retired professional player, you're also a retired analyst and shoutcaster. Now you're just a streamer. Okay.
That's true.
I'm surprised that you're not XQC role. You know what I mean?
I'm just a streamer now. That's why my opinion, if it's right, it's cool. But if it's wrong, I'm just a streamer anyway.
Yeah, but then everyone will go back to your videos and you can farm more views. Oh, it's just clicked. I get it now. I get it. It all makes sense. You want the hindsight Andes. That's what you want. You want to have an opinion. Then you want to put it out into the world. And then when it doesn't work out, you want everyone to come back and watch the video again and then comment again.
Oh, be wrong on purpose to get 2 clicks instead of 1.
Mark, that's very smart. Look at you
But wait, if I'm right, don't I get 2 clicks anyway?
No, people won't rewatch if you're right because all your lukewarm takes everyone already knew the answers to. What, you think people are going to come back to the video if JDG win Worlds? Wow, Caedrel had the most predictable opinion ever. Okay, bro. Yeah, like anyone's ever going to click that again.
So you're saying I should be wrong on purpose to get more clicks or prove people wrong?
No, I mean, you've literally done that. You see, you've done that because you have like what you. It's so smart, Mike. You're clever. You're a clever man. You are. What you've done is you've had a lot of like lukewarm traditional takes that like the vast majority of people agree with, and then every now and then you'll throw in something controversial just so that people can have a reason to come click back. And if we head over to support the supports, you knew what you were doing from the start, Mark. You knew it. Let's take fan favorite carrier and let's kick him out of the list. Let's just kick him out.
So you think that's a good thing? All the T1 fans are going to flame me. And when he does go to the finals, like you say, everyone's going to say, you're a fraud analyst, stupid ass fucking streamer.
Come back to the video.
How is that a good controversial opinion? How is it good? How is it good?
You're smart, Mark.
How is it good?
You're a smart man. You are smart.
How is it a good opinion to have?
I respect it. What do you mean a good opinion? It doesn't matter about having a good. All it matters is the clicks, the views. You're going to clip this whole conversation out, Mark. That's what you're going to do. You're going to clip this out.
Yeah, you're just going to go on Reddit and you're going to be like, oh, I'm on Reddit again.
Yeah, but I don't want to be on Reddit, okay? I don't give you permission to cut this out. I've said it publicly. Now I can sue if you cut it out and use it on your content, okay?
Listen, Vedi, you're
I
all
can sue.
talk and
I don't
no
give you
action.
permission.
You are back. You know, you're not hindsight, Andy. I actually got it wrong. You're backseat.
I wasn't going to call you today. I wasn't going to call you.
Listen.
I wasn't going to. You wanted to call me. You wanted to farm.
You're like, bro.
Okay?
You're like the dude at the TV shouting at the guy in the football field to run faster, bro. Where's your tier list at?
That's not true.
Where is it?
I don't make dumb lists. I just told you that lists are only useful if you're making a shopping list,
top
bro.
5. Show me it. Where in the top 5?
I just said it publicly to 12,000 people. I just said it.
Yeah, who else?
I just said it.
Give me more. Give me more.
No,
You've got
bro,
so
I'm
many
not
base
doing your
takes.
shit list. I'm not doing your shit list because they're pointless and they're garbage, okay? No one can have an accurate opinion of who the best 5 players are right now. It's useless.
So
okay?
you know what?
What
Wrap it
everyone's
up.
been
Wrap
doing-
it up. No more Worlds content. Everyone cancel the show.
Thank you. Do what I do, play a different game, wait for Worlds to start, and have a great time, okay? Everyone
so you
just
as a
relax.
rioter are
Worlds
supporting Worlds to not be advertised.
No, just release the music video already. That's what we all want. That's
Whoa,
what we
whoa,
care about.
whoa! Why are you leaking it, bro?
What do you mean?
Why are you leaking the music video?
Well, you mean the World's music video? That one?
Yeah,
Oh, what did I leak, Mark?
the World's music video. Yeah, no, I
The
forgot they
World's
announced it
music
already.
video?
No,
Yeah.
no, I forgot they announced it.
Yeah, did I?
Oh yeah.
Yeah. Interesting,
No,
Mark,
yeah, the
'cause I was
World's
talking
one.
about the World's music
No,
video.
me
the
too,
one
me
that
too.
they
I was just
released
checking.
every
I was
year.
just checking. I was just
Yeah,
checking.
we,
Yeah, I was just checking.
yeah.
Oh, the one with
okay, bro.
Deft. Yeah.
Yeah, the one with supposedly Deft.
Oh
That's
yeah,
what we're all hoping
supposedly
for.
Deft.
Yeah,
Yeah, we're all
yeah.
hoping for it.
God, bro. Yeah, no one wants any of these lists, bro. This is the content they want. They want 2 people fighting, okay? This is what they want. Double fired.
Bro, I'm fired already. You're next, bro.
I
Keep it
didn't
up.
leak anything. I don't know what you were talking about.
They're gonna start spamming fired07 when you come into the chat.
That's fine, guys. I have a job here, right? Here's your
Where?
co-streamer.
Oh, my co-caster, co-streamer.
I'll co-stream you co-streaming.
You're like
that way,
all my
I
hate
can't get in
watchers
trouble.
combined into one plus the Batchester. Oh, Chovy! No, I love it.
Listen, what do you want, man? What do you want? What do you want? What do you want from me? Okay? Listen, I'm just here. I'm a pundit. Okay? I'm a devil's advocate. Okay? Like, be honest. Be honest. How is your tier list any different from anyone else's? Be honest. It's not, is it? It's not.
No one else has made a tier list yet. Everyone will have their own opinion. Maybe they'll have Carrier in their top 5. Maybe they'll have
Oh, wow.
Keen in their 3rd place. You know.
Unbelievable.
Maybe
Mark.
they'll have Caps in mid.
Unbelievable. The TLDR is TLDR's chat. You're not going to get any base takes on any of the streams. You're not going to hear any original opinions. Everyone's just going to recycle their content. All the analysts are going to say the same thing. But if you really want to see 100% raw, completely biased, and completely new takes, just watch the official broadcast. Just watch the official broadcast.
Which you can watch through my co-stream.
No, don't do that. Just
That
watch.
sounds great.
Don't get ruined by this fraud. Okay.
Listen,
Like, because
I remember there was one caster at
at
Worlds last year. One
Yeah,
caster at
one.
Worlds last year who won an analyst
Yeah.
desk for a Europe versus China analyst desk, grabbed all of the stats, threw them on the floor, said "fuck all of you," and predicted Rogue 3-0. There was one analyst who did that.
True.
It wasn't you.
Yeah, but do you want to know what? Do you also remember the greatest analyst desk that has ever lived, which was you, me, Kobe? And
That
we
was
had
a great
swords on our analyst desk.
That was the best analyst desk we ever had.
And then everyone was just yelling, and everyone's like, "This is an analysis." And then we told them to fuck off, and we got back to our analysis.
That was a really fun desk. What day was that? The last day.
I don't
of
know.
groups, I
It
think.
was. I don't remember. All I remember was we had a sword on the desk.
Yeah,
we had a
shut the
sword.
fuck up.
We had whiteboards. And the feedback I got was like, "You guys keep talking over each other." And we were like, "Yeah, because we're mad. This guy had a shit day."
Oh,
I don't-
What do you mean you're gonna miss Cage and Kobe? Kobe's there.
Yeah, me and. Well, they're gonna miss you two casting together. That's what they're gonna miss.
Oh yeah, me and Kobe.
It's true.
Good old days.
Good
Good old days. Back when I
Good
was a
old
caster.
days. All those years ago.
All those years ago when I was a caster.
I'm supposed to be working today. Also, where the fuck is my food? Why is it not here yet? It's been delayed by an hour. What the fuck?
It's deserved.
All right, Mark. I'm going to go now. You farmed me for content enough. Again, I don't give you permission to cut me out and then put me on YouTube. I don't give you that permission.
I won't.
I will sue if you cut out and put me on your Caedrel Clips channel.
Isn't it free use?
I'll find a way. I'll find a way. Only
Okay.
people that watch live get to experience whatever the fuck that was. Because
Yeah.
honestly, I don't know. I haven't eaten anything today. I'm very tired. I've been watching. Do you know what I do, by the way? You know, like it's very efficient. An efficient way to watch VODs is to watch your coverage because it's like 45 minutes and I get to watch the whole series in 45 minutes. Do you know what's
Vedius.
useless about watching your videos? You don't actually have any
say
real.
it.
You don't have any real
here
opinions.
we go. Here we go.
You don't actually.
Yeah,
You don't
oh,
say anything.
Where's all your
You
base
literally-
takes? Where
all I-
are they?
it's
In
like,
a live
all I
game,
get is-
have a
all I
base
get-
take. Have a live
Yeah, but
game
you don't even
base
need it.
take.
All you do is make monkey noises. You know. It's like,
I don't
Reddit
make
was right.
monkey
Reddit was
noises.
right. Reddit
Reddit wasn't right. I don't make monkey
You
noises.
have changed. I remember
It's
the
one
original
team fight that
Caedrel,
gets
when
clipped
you
and
used to
that's
do
it.
when you do real analysis. Now I try and watch all your VODs because I was like, sure, I'll take a former expert's opinions, you know, before I form my own. I'll listen to what he has to say, and you've just changed.
It's
You're
not,
just not
true.
the same.
Reddit wasn't right. They
It's
just
just
see the
not the
clips
same.
of me like getting excited in the fights, and they just ignore everything else. They're
Tell me. Be
one-take
honest.
Andes.
Be honest. Okay, if I'm lying, okay, you can type like Keck W, but if I'm telling the truth, okay, just spam yep, okay? And what I'm about to do, tell me if you've heard Caedrel do this before, okay? And tell me if it's frequently. Here we go. Okay, ready? Okay. Ooh, ooh, oh, ha, 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 ha. What are they doing? What are they doing? Why did you start ban? Ha, ha, ha. Oh, 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 oh. Oh. Does that sound familiar?
Freddy,
Mark?
I'm not a fucking great ape gorilla, okay? If you're gonna do it, do it right.
I see a lot of yeps in the chat. Okay, I see a lot of yeps in the chat.
No, there's that. Look, sometimes you have to become the thing you hate the most, and I hate the Guardian ape.
Oh, real original. Stealing jokes from your chat now. Again, that's all you are. Lukewarm. That's all you are.
Someone in the
Lukewarm
chat say
Luke.
that?
Bye, Mark.
Bye, Vedi. Everyone, that was my best friend Vedius. You know, they say your friends will praise you, your best friends will flame you. You know, that's when my heart gets warm. When Vedius comes in, and the second he opens his mouth, starts flaming me. Good times. Good times. Caedrel hates gorillas. All right, chat. That'll go on YouTube. That was fun. That'll go on YouTube. Wait 1 sec. All right, let me check something. Let me check if G2 finished scrimming. Did G2 finish scrimming? Yes or no? G2 did not finish scrimming, but Razork's playing. Vedia said, I do not consent to being on YouTube. Okay, I won't put you on YouTube then. Wait, Razork is 12-1. Bro, this guy is so annoying. I went to the restaurant and I came back and you still only ranked 6 players. Bro! Shut up! I didn't. It's done. It's done. It's done. It's not true. Okay, look, I'm gonna be honest. We did 5 hours of league content. I'm not sitting here watching Razork play Karthus in full clear. Because he's only in Diamond right now. He needs like 20 more games and he'll get to like Master, Grandmaster. And then we can watch Razork. Because right now he's just pissing on low elos like the goat he is. Just fucking stomping them. He is stomping them. He is stomping them.